A single Wagyu cow can cost up to $30,000. That's more than a brand new car. Take a close look at this steak. It doesn't look like anything you'd find in your local grocery store. Those white lines aren't fat around the edges. They're marbling inside the meat, and they melt right in your hand. This is Japanese Wagyu beef, a luxury beef protected by the Japanese government as a national treasure and the center of a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's treated like art and priced like it too. One small steak can cost hundreds of dollars, and one full cow, enough to buy a luxury car or even a small house.
In 2002, at one of Japan's most prestigious auctions, a champion Matsusaka cow was sold for a record-breaking price, nearly $400,000.
So what makes a cow worth more than a car? This isn't just an expensive piece of meat. It's the story of centuries of genetics, obsessive care, and strict government protection. Let's break down the real reason why Wagyu beef is so expensive. Decoding the Wagyu legend. To understand Wagyu, start with the name. Wa means Japan or harmony. Gyu means cow. Wagyu equals Japanese cow. But not every cow in Japan is Wagyu. The term refers to 4 purebred breeds, with the most famous being the Japanese black, which accounts for 90% of all Wagyu beef. You might have heard the myths: cows getting daily massages, listening to Mozart, even drinking beer. Well, there's a little truth to it. Massaging? Not quite a spa treatment, more like brushing with a straw broom to improve circulation, especially in cold months. Beer? Back in the day, some farmers used beer to stimulate appetite during extreme weather. Today, with scientifically optimized feed formulas, these traditional methods are no longer common, and they're not what define the quality of the meat. Instead, they survive as part of a cultural legacy, reflecting the farmer's deep dedication more than any secret technique.
The DNA and feeding secrets. Caring for Wagyu is just one part. The real secret lies in the cow's DNA. Unlike other cows that store fat under the skin, Wagyu cows naturally store fat inside the muscle. This intramuscular fat is what creates the signature beef marbling. According to the American Wagyu Association, Wagyu cattle were selectively bred over thousands of years to survive in Japan's mountainous terrain. The final genetic line was locked in by 1910. The result? A cow that produces the most expensive beef in the world. This marbling isn't just for looks.
It has an incredibly low melting point, around 21 degrees Celsius, which means the fat starts to melt at room temperature, or even just from the warmth of your hand.
When cooked, it soaks into the meat and creates a buttery texture and deep umami flavor. The journey starts when calves are raised for about 10 months. They're then sold at auction, sometimes for 40 times more than a typical American calf. Then comes the real investment, a 600-day feeding cycle. That's nearly double what U.S. cattle go through. Each cow consumes over 5 tons of specialized feed, including rice straw, soybeans, corn, and even leftover sake mash, all designed to enhance that luxurious marbling.
Strict grading and the Wagyu royal family. Even with perfect genes and feed, not every cow makes the cut. That's where Japan's beef grading system comes in. Every cut of Wagyu is inspected by the Japan Meat Grading Association, JMGA, using 2 key criteria. Yield grade, rated A to C, with A meaning the highest usable meat percentage. Quality grade, rated 1 to 5, based on marbling, meat color, firmness, and fat quality. Marbling is king. It gets a special BMS score from 1 to 12. Only cuts scoring 8 to 12 with an A yield
earn the A5 Wagyu label. Only 3 to 5% of all Wagyu beef in Japan qualifies as A5. Each piece comes with a unique tracking number, sometimes more detailed than your passport. Among A5 Wagyu, 3 names stand out. Kobe beef, from castrated bulls raised in Hyogo Prefecture. Matsusaka beef, from virgin female cows known for melt-in-your-mouth softness. Olive Wagyu, fed on toasted olive pulp, producing rare umami-rich meat. So next time you see a $20 Kobe burger, be skeptical. True Kobe beef is never ground up and must come with a chrysanthemum seal to prove authenticity. Not all Wagyu is real Wagyu. Now you know. The beef economy. To understand the final price tag, we need to break down the Wagyu economy. First, there's the cost of purebred calves. Then years of premium feed. But it doesn't stop there. Labor in Japan is expensive. Wagyu farmers aren't just caretakers, they're masters of their craft, working 12 to 14 hours a day to keep barns spotless and cows stress-free. Then there's the supply chain. From certified slaughterhouses to exclusive distributors to elite chefs, every step adds cost and value. And don't forget the invisible cost, trust. When you order A5 Wagyu in Tokyo or New York, you're not just paying for beef. You're paying for confidence in the highest quality standards in the world. Finally, supply and demand. Demand is rising fast, but Japan's aging farming population means fewer Wagyu cows are raised each year. The result? Prices keep climbing. Fun fact, only about 3,000 Kobe-certified cows are produced each year. Yet thousands of restaurants worldwide claim to serve Kobe beef.
The science of taste. So what makes Wagyu taste so magical? It's not just fat, it's chemistry. Wagyu fat is packed with oleic acid, the same healthy fat found in olive oil. It not only melts beautifully, but enhances umami flavor. When cooked, it releases a unique aroma, like ripe coconut and peach. Rich, sweet, and mouth-watering. And the texture? The marbling breaks down tough collagen, acting like an internal meat tenderizer. The result is beef that's juicy, fluffy, and literally melts on your tongue. One small bite, and every sense comes alive. It's more than food. It's a near meditative experience.
So, what would you do with a steak that costs as much as your monthly salary? Eat it right away? Put it in a glass case? Or turn it into a ritual? At Wagyu Mafia, known as the Temple of Wagyu in Tokyo, they serve Wagyu through 3 levels of experience. Level 1, purity, sushi and tataki. At the first level, we celebrate the essence of Wagyu, where the flavor of the beef shines in its purest form. Wagyu nigiri, a slice of raw beef, lightly torched to awaken the fat, releasing its sweet aroma without losing its silky texture. Or Wagyu tataki, flash-seared to form a delicate crust while preserving the primal sweetness inside. Only those bold enough to eat raw beef can truly understand Wagyu's original beauty. Level 2, harmony, sukiyaki and yakinaki. The second level is all about harmony, where Wagyu pairs with other elements to create flavor explosions. In sukiyaki, paper-thin slices of beef simmer in sweet, savory broth and are dipped into rich, raw egg for perfect balance. With yakinaki, charcoal smoke dances with the meat's natural sweetness, elevated with just a pinch of pure salt. Think you've had great grilled beef? Try Wagyu over Japanese coals with nothing but salt. And finally, the peak of indulgence, the katsu sando, A deep-fried Wagyu cutlet with a golden panko crust, cooked to a pink-centered perfection, nestled between buttery milk bread. And to crown it, a sheet of 24K edible gold. This isn't just a dish, it's a declaration. A single sandwich can cost over $150. Countries like the US, UK, and Australia now raise Wagyu too, usually crossbred with Angus. It can be delicious, but matching Japan's marbling and care is nearly impossible. So is it worth the price? If you're just looking for protein, probably not. But if you believe food can be art, if you crave a once-in-a-lifetime experience, then A5 Wagyu is the pinnacle. It represents centuries of tradition, years of care, and countless drops of sweat from unnamed farmers. A5 Wagyu is the taste of perfection. Silky, buttery, explosive. One cow, $30,000. That's the price of a car. So if you had $30,000, would you buy a car or a cow? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more stories about the world's most expensive, weirdest, and most debated things. And if you ever get the chance to try real Wagyu, close your eyes, take a bite, and let it melt.